Welcome to the Jim Show with your host, Jim. So, I read an interesting blog post today by my friend Darrell. It's called The Chipped Glass. He starts out with a quote from a Steve Pavlina article, basically talking about feng shui and how if you keep chipped glass in your home and don't repair it, you're basically signaling to the universe that you feel unworthy of non-broken items and what you deserve is things that are flawed. So it's about the fact that you have low self worth, basically, right? You don't take care of your environment because you don't feel like you deserve a better environment or better things. Now this concept really struck a chord with me because I have done this my entire life. Probably until I did KonMari for the first time and got rid of a bunch of stuff. So what kind of stuff did I get rid of? I got rid of clothes from high school that I was still wearing now. How many years later that I still had a wardrobe of high school and before clothing? Yeah, I still had them. I had my car from high school for probably, I just got rid of it a couple of years ago, or yeah, a year or two ago now. And it was beat up. It had been run into. The glass had been scratched from when I'd used a Meglite to um, get snow off of it when it was like totally frozen at West Point, covered in ice, and I had nothing else to use. I used a Meglite and scratched up the glass. Like it just had been beat up. And there was a hole in the seat. The leather was worn out. I had had the car for a long time, and my thing was that I would just make do with stuff that was not um, in good shape anymore, because that was good enough for me, right? What does that say about what I thought about myself? It was fine for me. I can make do with this. And I almost took a certain pride in the fact that I could make do with lousy stuff. I had a flip phone until the iPhone 4 came out, I think. The iPhone 4 was my first smartphone. I just kept this total piece of crap flip phone that I could, text on without looking at it because the little things on the buttons, like hit the button 3 times to get a J or whatever. I don't remember, but I'd done it so much that I could do it without even looking at it. Stupid. I would just make do with stuff. I recently got a new wallet. I had the other wallet for like 10 years. It was totally crappy and falling apart. The plastic was broken on it, where you put your driver's license, right? That slot, that plastic was like cracked and broken and had been for years. I think the wallet before that I had for like 10 years also, and I still have them both for some reason. I haven't gotten rid of them. And I think I have the other wallet too that I had when I was a kid. So I've had a total of 3 wallets um, until I got the current one, the new nomadic one that I got. I will show you. This is awesome. So it's a little minimalist wallet. Here's your card right there. This is the card you use all the time, and you can just pull on this little thing, and boom, you can get to all your cards really easily. It's really cool. Here's my product endorsement and review, nomadic.com. Anyway, and my wife Allie got that for me, and that's the only reason that I have it. I didn't even buy it for myself or think that I needed to replace the crap that I had. And I just, reading this blog post, I realized that this is something that I had done and continue to do. And it wasn't, it was, one thing was that I wasn't embracing the abundance that I had, because it was not an issue of money, because I didn't spend money on the things that were important that I used a lot, and then I like wasted it on stupid crap. So I had a bunch of crap all around me, right? My space was filled with junk, with crap I didn't need that didn't serve me well. And then I also spent money on nonsense and racked up debt at the same time. So I had debt, which is not helping me, and I had a bunch of junky crap stuff around also that wasn't helping me. None of what I was doing made a lot of sense, and it wasn't beneficial to me. It wasn't taking care. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't putting out to the universe that I deserve only good things, that I deserve, not just stuff, but good relationships, abundance in general, you know, with other people, with the kind of opportunities that came into my life. I wasn't putting out any of that kind of energy. I was putting out that I will make do with whatever crap shows up, and I will just hang on to it. I'll just hang on to whatever junky thing has come into my life, and I'll use it until I get sick of it. In Darrell's blog post, he talks about this jacket that he had for a decade, and when you would pull on the sleeve, the lining would come out, and you'd have to like stuff it back in. He just kept using it because it's what he had. And I still had some junky jacket from forever ago. It was this crappy okay, it was this jacket that I got at West Point. So this was early on at West Point. So this was like 2001 maybe, that I got this jacket, and I only got rid of it in the last year. It had broken buttons. It had a cigarette burn on the like so this jacket thing, right? It's like the exact same thing. It had a cigarette burn on the shoulder where someone had put a cigarette out on me. That was real cool, right? Great memory to carry around also. Yeah, so the buttons are missing. That was burnt. Like the part of the zipper part at the bottom was coming apart. Like it was just a piece of junk falling apart. It wasn't when I got it, but it had served its purpose, and it was time to go, probably 10 years earlier. But I still had it, and I still used it until a year ago, 6 months ago. I don't even know. Yeah, crazy. And it was just so eye-opening to read that and see what I had been doing this time. Because I knew it was right to get rid of that stuff, but I didn't realize that it had to do with how I saw myself that much. That I kept these things that brought me no joy. That I kept these things around that weren't serving me properly. They'd already served their purpose and they needed to go. And I was keeping them around because I didn't deserve any better. So think about that. Do you keep things because you think that they're all you deserve? And if so, realize that it's not true. That we all deserve the best. We all deserve the best from universe. It's a rough one. We all deserve the best, and we shouldn't make do with crap. Whether it's crappy relationships, crappy stuff, crappy job, we shouldn't make do with crap. We should take action and get rid of that shit, whatever it is, and move on with our lives and invite abundance and what we deserve into our lives. That's all I have for today. I will see you